What's up, guys? We're back again with another episode of Sports Talk in the Mancave. This week we're missing our expert analyst, David, but we have a little video from him. We'll put it at the end. So we're gonna get started, guys. First thing we're gonna talk about the Cowboys game.
What Cowboys game. Defense happened. Defense didn't happen. Defense did not happen. They got, what was it, over 450 yards on them?
Right, I agree.
Could never stop them.
Yeah, they got pounded.
They punted one time. One punt the whole game. One punt the whole game.
I think this is the first time we're going to talk about Dak. You know?
He didn't do bad.
No, it was not Dak's fault. Whoever wanted to blame Dak really has...
I mean, well, he didn't have the ball that much either. Time of possession was horrible for him.
Right. Yeah, the defense, I mean, it was terrible the whole game from start to finish. You know, the defensive line, there was even reports that they were tipping calls and stuff like that. It goes back to coaching. Jason Garrett doesn't coach a certain position, so he should have noticed that. He should have noticed that they were tipping the linemen were tipping their stances. So, I mean, I thought that probably was a big reason why they rushed for over 280 yards, something like that.
I saw that report, yeah, that the Rams knew what was coming at them, so
they could take care of it. And everyone was expecting the Cowboys to have a huge defense and Lee coming back, and they had played great the last 5 games. They were in the top 5 defenses, and they really just ate them up.
Talking about Lee, what did you guys think about Lee being in there in the crucial period where Banders could have been in there? I think that he was there during the critical play when Goff got the first down. What do you guys think about that?
Was that a play where he could have made a tackle?
He could have made
a tackle, right. And he just wasn't in the right place at the right time. And they always credit him for being at the right place at the right time. And obviously, probably
maybe that's that attachment I think that Garrett has with Lee. You know what I'm saying? He started with him pretty much, and he's ending up with him. And he just said, you know what, I'm gonna go with my gut instinct, and it's usually wrong, like always.
It's that same attachment that Jerry Jones has with Garrett, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Even the secondary, man. I mean, if you guys noticed that every single time that they had to get a first down, they got the first down. I mean, we have to replace our safeties. I mean, those guys that they're formidable, but if you really think about it, they're utility safeties. They're guys that special team guys that you put in when somebody's hurt. Woods immersed a little bit. Heath is more like a special teams guy.
But they're young. They're young guys, and I think they'll develop.
I think
they showed a lot of.
But they're not playmakers.
But they made,
I can't remember. I mean, 2 interceptions they had the whole year combined.
I mean, but
they're not playmakers.
Our secondary's always been like that, but this year they were a little more productive than usual. So I think
they're
right.
Yeah.
This is the first year in several years that I see our defensive backs actually be with a receiver and not receivers running wide open all the time.
That's true.
And this is the first year that I actually see them kind of sticking to them.
Well,
and a lot of passes were completed with good coverage.
Well, I'm not complaining about. I'm not really complaining about the cornerbacks.
I think the thing was
they were formidable. I just think that we need a thumper in there and somebody who can make plays.
What do you think about Heath?
I think we met. Well, that's where I'll get into that point, Charlie. I think that we should have made a play earlier for Earl Thomas. Had we just given him the second rounder when they wanted it, we would have had Earl Thomas in there. I understand he got hurt, but had he been there from the get-go, but we wanted to play hard ball and it backfired.
That's a good point. I think it could have helped us out too. But I think still the main problem was stopping the run, obviously. So
Obviously.
Yeah. So
2 backs over 100 yards.
Yeah, one that's been jumping around the whole league, and he runs for over 100 yards on you.
And it goes back to, I mean, like I said, that they were tipping their stances because, I mean, had that not happened, I mean, I can't see how they had 2 guys. You know, even if we were even stacking the line, we were playing goal line defense, and we still didn't stop them. They did the same thing to us, and they were stopping Zeke. I believe they did that a couple of times. But had it been the other way around and they were tipping the stances,
would we have picked it up?
Exactly. Exactly. It goes back to coaching.
I don't see how you can make that mistake on the pro level. Like, you need somebody like scouting yourself, so that you can know what you're doing.
But the head coach.
So does that go back to saying Well, the Cowboys have a high school coach as a head coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, Garrett, like I said, he doesn't coach one single unit. You know, he's not a special teams coach. He's not. I mean, he's not an offense coordinator. They stripped him of that. Obviously, they even made him fire his own brother one year. The defense, he's not coaching anybody. So I mean, he should be able to oversee that and focus on the little things, the little intangibles that can in the playoffs. That's what wins you the games.
Well,
So talking about those coordinators, one of those just got fired.
the offensive coordinator got fired.
Scott Linehan just got fired.
There is no creativity in the Cowboy offense, and I think they are very predictable. I know that I got into a lot of arguments with Gilbert this year because he was saying on 4th downs we have Zeke. Why don't you just give him the ball? He got stopped so many times on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. It's you can't just do that all the time.
Well, the numbers showed. I mean that when it was 4th and 1 with that package, Dak and Zeke, and you know what I'm saying, they had a very high percentage. You know the early games, I think they lost one game because they didn't go for it.
Yeah, ever since they started going for
it. I mean, Dak got a yard when he needed one.
Dak got a yard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have an offensive coordinator that's a little bit creative, I mean, you could have found something instead of just going, you know what?
I think they
and then
some read
4th and 1.
Exactly. Yes.
4th and 1.
Right.
You don't attack the line, and you're running sideways.
Right.
That's bad.
I think you gotta do some read option and throw off the D-line. You can't just run straight on when they're expecting it.
Right.
And they're standing in line.
A little misdirection here and there wouldn't hurt. You know, instead of just going off the tackle all the time.
Yeah.
I think
So
you put him in good,
getting a new OC would be a very good idea. It has to become more creative. But can Dak work with another offense? The reason they're saying that Dak was successful was because he ran an offense sort of like this, and he was running. It was a very simple offense for him to understand.
I think they're gonna get a coach that's gonna fit what they have. I don't think they're gonna try to change Dak and what he is. You can't change him. They're gonna get a coach that's gonna fit what they have.
They didn't even use him the way they should have. They didn't even use him. You know, there was a stat that said every game that he had 7 runs.
Right, I saw that.
Would be a win.
Right.
How many games did he have 7 runs?
Right.
How many times did he run the ball these last couple of weeks?
Right. I have a hunch they're gonna go with the training right now, and that's getting an offensive guru, maybe somebody from college. I mean, they just hired Cliff Kingsbury to run an NFL team with no head coaching experience. But the way it's going right now, the trend is they're going for that spread offense, read and react, kind of like the way what's his name is driving right now. The new
Lamar Jackson.
There you go, Lamar Jackson and the new breed. You know, I think
they're gonna run that with Dak.
I think a variation of it, because you can't do that the whole game.
I think it's too risky.
Yeah, too risky.
Yeah.
You can't.
No,
you can't afford to lose.
What I'm thinking is, I'm just thinking more creativity, more misdirection, more of a kind of like a spread offense, shotgun type of system.
Yeah, that makes more sense with that type of quarterback.
Right.
Some of the most successful plays in these last couple of games was Dak running the ball, getting into the 1-yard line, 16-yard run from the 17, getting into the 1.
But how often could you do that?
No, you can't. That's why. But those were the most successful plays. Those cannot be your most successful plays.
Yeah, I mean, it is proven that you can't win like that. I mean, look at Johnny Manziel. I mean, he was that type of a spread offense, but he would run the ball in the NFL. You know how NFL everybody says, not for long. You can't run that all the time because the way that these guys are bigger, faster, and better, they're gonna knock you out.
It's different,
and that's why he was hurt every single game.
What do you think about Tony Romo coming to be the OC?
Hey,
I don't like it.
You know what? The way
he knows what's going on.
The way that he calls the games and he's calling the plays and he's telling you they're lined up like this. This is gonna happen. This is gonna.
I think there would be no animosity from the guy who took his job.
Hey, if you get another job, you have another job to do.
I think it's fantasy. I don't even think that he would even consider it. He's got a cushion job. You know, he works once a week.
And he's
good. He's on TV. I mean, why would you want to put yourself through all the pressure, missing your family? He has 3 young kids. I don't see it happening.
He might miss being a part of the game,
but you never know. No, I don't see it happening. But you never know. The way he's the commentator and he calls everything. And
he does know what's going on. You can tell it's
He knows his stuff.
Just like a lot of quarterbacks. Personally, I'm not a Tony Romo guy. But I
Yeah,
know a lot
but
of
the way
people,
he has to
Romo
see,
lovers are, but
this pass has to go inside the numbers because look at how they're lined up over here. This pass has to, he should be looking at this receiver. He calls things.
that wouldn't make him a coordinator. I would not make
No,
him a
no,
coordinator.
no.
He's
But-
never coached in his life.
but
I mean,
Hey, you never know.
and you don't know. I mean, he's gonna coach based on what his strengths were. I just don't know if he can do the same thing for the quarterbacks.
I'm pretty sure he knows that Dak is not him,
Right.
and he would have to adjust. And then, like any coach that comes in, would have to
And
adjust.
he's never had plays like that implemented for a quarterback like that.
So
You know.
what the same thing that's happening is last time we were saying they're surrounding Garrett with good people
Yeah.
to make him look good.
So he's
Yeah,
keeping his
exactly.
job.
He's keeping his job.
They fire everybody around him. Every year they fire a coach. Everybody around him. It's always everybody's fault but the head coach.
And every other team, head coach's fault.
Yeah, he's the guy responsible at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
every other team, the
You know.
head coach is the one that's gone,
Right.
except for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So sticking with the NFL, guys, what do you think about the AFC NFC Championship games? What's your prediction?
Which one are we starting with first?
Go on ahead and start with the AFC.
AFC.
Keep the NFC to the end.
I'm rolling with the Chiefs. I'm rolling with the Chiefs.
From the first Mancave talk that we
Right.
did, we called the Chiefs.
Right.
So I shouldn't be talking about the NFC, but the other team is in there too.
Right.
So we called the Chiefs, and I think that the Chiefs will come out on top. And Mahomes is doing a good job.
I think this is
They're-
the year.
I think they have too much firepower.
Yeah.
Too much firepower. Even though I said last week, Tom Brady, I think I'm changing my mind. I saw him again. They didn't look too rusty like I thought they were.
Well, the running game was really effective. I mean, if you noticed, Sonny Michel had 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards. I mean, he pretty much, he took a lot of heat off of Tom Brady. But I mean, I just think that it's time. I think it's time to change there's a new sheriff.
So
in town.
so a shootout or low
I
scoring
don't
game.
know if I think it's gonna be low. It's gonna be lower than people think just because of the weather conditions. But I just think that KC is just too talented. They have too many weapons, both on offense and defense. They got to the quarterback a lot.
I
Do you
haven't
think it's gonna
checked.
be low scoring?
I haven't checked, but the majority of the people would think high scoring.
Of course,
And,
any game with
I bet
Kansas
you-
City in
I
it
bet
is
you-
gonna go
I
by
bet you
high scoring game.
The over-under would probably be 50, 52.
I think it's gonna be.
I'm going with the under.
I don't know if a shootout from both sides, but I know Kansas City's gonna put up some points. That's how they're built, and the ball's gonna be changing. Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't seem that they're losing a step. When you look at Mahomes and he's throwing the ball over the defense, over the top. I mean,
That guy throws
Yeah,
over, he throws
under,
under,
yeah,
he throws,
right.
he
Right.
finds a way to get the ball
Like
to
I
the
said,
receiver.
I think that there's a new sheriff in town, and this is going to be kind of Brady passing the torch to Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm going back to my original choice, saying the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
What about the NFC, Jess?
And
Eh,
go ahead.
NFC, I'm calling the Rams.
Yeah, I think I'm changing my original choice from first Mancave. I'm going with the Saints.
You're going with the
I'm going
Saints.
with the Saints.
So the two quarterbacks that are vying for the MVP are going to be in the Super Bowl.
Mahomes versus Breeze. Yep.
I'm going with the more talented team. I think the Rams, they're gonna pick up steam from this last win, and I think that they're gonna overpower that running game. I thought
And
it was too good.
if we were talking about the Cowboy game, saying how smart the offensive coaches were for the Rams picking up on little cues.
Right.
Hey, it might not be just one week.
Well, there's
I think
another thing to
the
point.
Saints are gonna learn from that though.
Well, there's another thing to point out. The Saints did beat the Rams earlier in the year.
Oh yeah, and your number one rule.
No,
But-
It's hard to beat a team.
And I've been right so far.
It's
So far, it has been right.
The Ravens, that also happened with the
Yes,
Ravens.
I know.
I remember I was out of town and we were eating at Saltgrass. That game was going on. You were with me, right? And the lead was changing.
Right.
I mean, it was a huge lead, and then the Rams caught up, and then they ended up losing.
Yeah, I mean the talent, the Rams are very talented. I mean they started out what's it called, slow, and the talent caught up and they started reaching, and it was a nail biter till the end. The Saints ended up pulling it out. I think the Rams are playing right now at an all-time high. I think the running game was the combination Gurley and C.J. Anderson. They're alone.
They're just gonna look at the
They're
Cowboy
low.
film
They're-
against the
I know,
Saints.
but-
Exactly, and they have the same formula.
Throughout the whole season,
Yeah.
the Saints was number one rush defense. Don't forget that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what did Zeke do against them?
Well,
He had a pretty good
And who
game.
had the number?
Well,
Okay,
his stats came from actually catching the
who
ball.
had the number one rush offense in the NFL?
I'm assuming the Rams.
No, it was the Seattle Seahawks. And look what the Cowboys did to that running game. You know, so I think that it's going to be vice versa with the Saints, the Rams, and the Saints. They're you know.
So I'm still sticking with my originals from the first Mancave. I'm sticking with Kansas City, and I'm sticking with the Rams.
I'm changing my original. I'm going with Kansas City versus the Saints.
Kansas City versus. You heard it here. Where me and Charlie both agree. We're going to go with the Rams and the Chiefs. You know,
Rams and
advancing to the Super Bowl. What is Super Bowl? What?
I don't know.
Super Bowl a lot.
Something like that.
So, okay, now you say Rams versus Chiefs. What do you think of the Super Bowl? That's gonna be a good one. If it's Rams versus Chiefs.
I should have saved that for the next Mancave talk. But I'm sticking with the Rams.
Early prediction?
We lost to the champions.
Oh, that's what it is. No wonder. Same thing with you.
Same thing. I'm gonna roll with the Rams.
I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. I was thinking if the Cowboy defense could put a little pressure on Goff and get him a little frazzled, he would lose it. Obviously, they couldn't really get anything on him. Didn't do that great because the running game was there. So if the running game's there for them, they're going to do good.
I think it's just. I think the Rams can just outscore everybody. They could score like that. I mean, not the Rams, the Chiefs. My bad.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs can outscore everybody.
But I think the difference is that the Rams, they have too much talent on defense.
And it's
you know, Aaron Donald is a beast. You know, the two cornerbacks. Akeem Talib's got Super Bowl experience. I mean, they're loaded up on every position.
Remember last Kareem Hunt?
Kareem Hunt, yeah, but hey, Damian Wills not been doing bad.
No, he hasn't, but he's still not
But
Kareem
it's
Hunt.
running under
He's not Kareem Hunt, but
yeah, he's not Kareem Hunt.
but really, like they have so many weapons. They have Travis Kelce, they have Tyreek Hill, Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Like,
no, he's not the best yet because
I think
you're
he's
saying
the best.
that Breeze.
No, I said Mahomes is gonna get the MVP.
Yeah, so did I. But
I think that the Rams, one guy that they're missing that a lot of people don't really notice is Cooper Cup.
He was a big,
yeah. He was a security blanket, and you know, and
that was a big loss. Right
that was a big loss because
fantasy points when they lost him, fantasy points for whoever had him. Oh,
and fantasy points for Robert Woods and
right. Yeah, what else? Cook,
Cook,
the speedster from the outside.
But I think that opens up a lot of, for that defense, they can cover those two guys now.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm crowning the Rams right now.
I think it's gonna be, up and down score, and I think it's gonna be a shootout. That one will be a shootout, and I'm taking the Rams. Just because of the more than
Alright, so y'all agree? Yeah, David said y'all don't agree on anything. Wow.
No, hey, we agree on something.
Get into what we don't agree on.
Okay.
What about that Lakers game the other day against the Thunder?
Switching to the NBA, go ahead.
The Lakers are getting a little better, but
wow.
You're not gonna tell me Zubac is the great. No,
he's good.
Because you saw that game.
No, I
watch
saw
the rest of the games.
Hey,
there's been 45 games played. Check the rest of the games.
With McGee and what was his name? Chandler were out. He did pretty good.
Yeah, and there were some games that he's been terrible, and there's been some games that he's been really bad.
But those were early games.
But check OKC's record last 10 games. Hey, they haven't been too hot. They haven't been playing too great.
But
they're healthy.
But there's a difference that they're healthy. They're fully healthy. The Lakers are depleted. They've got Rondo out, and these kids are emerging. I mean, they're still 21 years old. I mean, no matter how not everybody's LeBron James coming out of the NBA with that grown man body. Some of these guys, they take 3, 4, 5 years to emerge.
And if you saw the commentary at the end of the game, the commentary at the end of the game wasn't, it was a great Laker win. No, it was more of a horrible OKC loss.
And there's nothing wrong with that, considering the circumstances that LeBron James is the best player in the NBA did not play. So there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Rondo's their big
deal
too. I like Rondo.
But going back to that, the style that the kids are playing now is not going to be the same when these two come back. And they're going to have a hard time adjusting again.
But their confidence is getting higher. The more they play, and they're putting their.
They're not going to have the ball in there.
Yes.
Ball is not going to be shooting 23s.
Yes, you're right. I understand that. But no matter what, they're getting better. They're getting better.
They're getting better. But not when LeBron is playing with them. The only one that can play with LeBron is Kuzma. Ball cannot play with him. Ingram cannot play
That's
with
why
him.
I think that they could make a great trade package with Ingram and Ball and send him away because Kuzma's the man.
Kuzma could play with him. Kuzma could play
Their
with him.
stock is rising, obviously, just because
And-
they're playing by themselves without LeBron, and they're showing that there's an upside there.
At the beginning of
There's
the
an
season,
upside there.
Rondo, no, okay, ball.
Hey, I was always on Rondo.
I was with
I
Rondo.
agree.
Rondo.
I thought the
I
Cavs
agree.
should have picked him up. Remember I told you a long time ago?
Yes, I
They
agree.
looked legit when Rondo was there.
Yeah.
Like,
But also the way Lonzo's playing right now, he's showing that at 21 years old, I mean, he has a future. in
he
the
has
NBA.
spurts. He has
a
really
future
good
in the
defensive
NBA.
spurts. He throws a long pass.
But that's a part of being young, Charlie. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You're gonna
sir.
be inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of being young. Everybody starts that
But
way.
I say they're gonna have trouble adjusting again. Once he comes back, he's not gonna be. If he hasn't been working out because of the groin pull, he's not going to be in the condition that he was. He may not get as many minutes, so they
He's not
may
gonna
be
get
able to
minutes.
work him. They may be able to work him in so that they can continue
Well,
playing.
there's always going to be an adjustment period, just like Golden State has to adjust because it's coming back. There's always going to be an adjustment period. But I guess the main thing that we're talking about is that these kids are getting better all around. Every single one of them is emerging.
And I think they were very solid.
Zubac is 21.
at
Zubac is 21 years old, and he still has a little boy body. He's got a little.
But I mean,
you know what I'm saying? He's
He
working.
does. But what are their chances this year?
This year, I think they're still the second best team in the West.
In the West, I actually agree with that.
I think they are.
No,
So
definitely not.
Okay, so who would you
Definitely
pick?
not.
So you have
Definitely
Golden State,
not.
and then
So who would you pick second best team?
Well, who has the best record right now?
It
Well,
doesn't- it doesn't matter.
no, but
Okay, but
and
who
that's
would
the
you?
way it is. Denver.
Okay, if
Denver.
that's what you're saying, so you're saying Denver is the second best team?
Yes.
Okay, so
Right now, yes.
so let me ask you a question. In a 7-game series, you're gonna pick the Denver Nuggets against the Lakers with LeBron James?
no, come on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Really?
Who does
Okay.
LeBron have to go to? I mean, LeBron has nobody.
When he,
once
they
he gets
beat
in
the
there,
Nuggets when he played. They beat the
well,
Nuggets.
they won't do it in a 7-game series.
Well, I mean,
I don't think you could. A team like that will not be LeBron James and whoever he's with.
You
in
and
the second
LeBron
game.
James, you think?
Well, because he's
can-
proven
no.
it. If he's
No.
got to the
hey,
championship,
hey, Zubac, I think in the play is gonna be a load. He's a load to get out of that paint. I'm sorry, I know that you're.
I've seen
Hey,
him dominate.
he's a load, man.
I've seen
Take it
him
easy.
dominate it
He's a
pretty
load.
bad.
He's a load.
take
He's-
it easy.
But by the time he's in the play, but it's hard to get him out of that paint. It's hard to get that three. You know what they remind me of? The 3-man, the center rotation the Bulls had with Will Purdue, Whittington, and
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
okay, so now we start acting like a robot.
No. I just think that even if he's not doing good, you know what? You have Tyson Chandler in there who has champion. He's a champion. He's got experience, and you have JaVale McGee who also has experience.
And he's a champion too,
He's a
eh?
champion too.
And
Shaq
hey,
to the full
okay,
And Rondo's a champion too. They got some veterans in there to mix up with the young guys to be able to, I think, to get over that hump.
well, they have one young guy that they could mix up with the veterans.
And if I don't know if my memory is right or not, but I believe the Lakers spanked the Warriors at home on national TV.
oh, they did.
They did
They did.
without LeBron.
Yeah, and after the Warriors were still working their way up, you know how many losses they have this year?
No, but they don't have as many injuries.
Well,
they have some players.
they have one guy coming back.
And
Well,
if
yeah.
I'm not mistaken, Curry missed a good load of games.
Not as many as. the
Oh,
Lakers
not
have.
10?
Not as many. As
Not
the
10?
Lakers have. No, I think LeBron's almost won in a month. I think both going
Yeah,
up.
but
He's gonna.
You know.
yeah, but they're working him back. But no, the Lakers are good. They're a good team, and they'll
Oh,
be
you're
in the,
finally admitting it. That's the first time.
and they'll be in the top 8 at 7 or 8, maybe even 9,
And that's
maybe
okay.
out of the
And
playoffs.
that's okay
And maybe
because
out
all
of
the
the
teams
playoffs.
are all.
Right. Oh,
bunched
right
up.
now you can't even tell
You
who's
can't
going to be
tell.
there. Not in the West. The West is loaded.
And do you think they're gonna be above the Spurs in the final? Are they gonna be?
If the Spurs get it together, I'm a Spurs guy.
How are they
It
playing
is-
the last 5 games?
What is? I don't know.
They're
What is
playing
the
all right.
record?
They're playing all
I think
right.
they lost what, like 3 of the last 4.
The last 10 were 6 and 4.
And they're
They're
losing
last
right
game.
now.
I think they're losing right now again.
Well, hey, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay, that's right.
Okay.
Let's stick to
But
the
we
Lakers and the
So
Thunder.
what we are gonna talk about?
Okay, one more thing I want to point out. What do you guys think about the Thunder? I mean, do you guys think? I mean, because you said they were a top team.
No, yeah, and something's happening there. Something's happening there. Because they should.
They don't look like they're fighting.
I think they're just going through a slump.
I think they're going through.
It's a long
they're going
season.
through
We're in
something right
January.
now.
That's why I said pump the
Yeah,
brakes. The last time.
but yes,
Right.
but you know that we're more than halfway there.
I understand that, but it's still a long season.
82,
Yeah,
45, 46
right.
is more than halfway
I
there.
think after the All-Star break, that's when people start playing a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Well, the good teams will start playing better.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Lakers
the
will
cream
go down.
will rise to the top,
And the Lakers will
eventually,
go to
and
the
the Lakers
bottom.
will be up there. You know what I'm saying?
And the Lakers will go
Because
down.
we have the king.
Of nothing.
All right. So talking about the Spurs, Popovich recently said that he's not sure if he's coming back next year.
He's not sure if he's coming back. He's
So-
not sure if he's coming back.
Becky Hammond, new coach.
I'm a big fan
Becky
of
Hammond.
I'm a huge fan of Becky Hammond.
Yeah, he's a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. If you watch their games and you see the respect that the players give her in the timeouts, when they show the bench on the timeouts, and you see the respect that the players give her, it's not just any woman. She'll be the first woman head coach of a professional men's.
I think when she's talking to the players, you see Pop pinching him like, hey, pay attention.
No.
Okay, well, let me tell you one thing. If the Spurs did not hire her, they're hypocrites. Because they've been selling her to every NBA team that she's ready. So if she's not the heir apparent, then they're hypocrites.
No. Now just say the truth. Why do you want her?
Because I wanted to make history.
You want her to fail on the You know she's not ready.
And I think she is ready.
You think she's
I think
ready?
she's ready. She's been learning under Pop. If she can take the same system and she has the respect, maybe not the respect that Pop has, because
I don't think
even the Lakers respect
a lot
Pop.
of people don't have that respect.
I agree.
No.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
she should be the next coach of the Spurs.
Yeah.
Well, tell me your honest reasons. Why do you think she should be the
Because I'm the #1 Spurs hater.
So you think she's gonna fail? You know, honestly,
Yes.
I don't think she's ready either.
No.
But I don't.
No.
You know more about that than I do. But I don't think
Yeah.
And you know,
I
it's a
just-
man's
I
league.
just-
It's a man's
it's-
league, and I don't mean to be chauvinist, but I mean, if it gets hostile, players can come saying, "Hey, you know what? Calm down. It's that time of the month." Things like that, rude things, and I just don't think that I think she'll lose the locker room.
You're a chauvinist pig.
Maybe I am, but I'm being objective and I'm being honest.
Honestly, I agree with that. And
I think she'll do good. I think the players respect her, and I think she'll keep the.
as a female,
I don't think there's. That's what I'm saying. She'll.
So
probably be
honestly,
the
do you want her
first
to go?
female-
Do you want her to go to Spurs?
I would say no. I would say okay.
Wow.
I'm happy.
Who do you want?
I want Becky Hammond
Who do
too.
you want, Kike?
There you have it. Oh, come on, shout out.
Shout out.
All right, so real quick, just Broner Pacquiao, real quick.
Pacquiao.
Go with the experience, Pacquiao.
I say Broner.
He goes with the young. We go with the experience.
All right, guys. See you next time.
All right, so sorry I could not be there today, but I know we're doing our picks and we have to get this done. So it turned out exactly the way we expected it to be. Eagles will be playing the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. Okay, we can dream. We can dream. In fact, it's not going to be the Cowboys, unfortunately. Let's talk about the AFC first. We have Kansas City playing at home against the old guard New England Patriots. Personally, I think that, as Gilbert calls him, Father Time is going to pull this one out. Tom Brady is just too good. He may have a rough game, but for some reason, New England can get together the defense that may stop the Chiefs pretty well. So I think Mahomes is going to falter a little bit. He may throw a couple of interceptions, maybe a late interception. I'm hoping it doesn't come down to a last-minute interference call, which then gives somebody an easy victory. And I hope we do have a clear-cut winner, but I think the Patriots are going to take this one. And it may be close, maybe 31-28 or something like that. So now you have the Saints at home against the Rams. The Rams, lucky Rams, ran all over the Cowboys. Had such a great running game. I think the Saints are going to be able to stop the running game. So it's going to fall more on Goff's ability to get some completions. The way he played against the Cowboys, he didn't play that great, but he didn't have to. So we'll have to see how he plays this game. And I am going to go with, I think I'm going to go with the Saints. It's going to be close, and I think it can go either way. It may come down to a field goal, and it could be that maybe the Saints miss a field goal, a last-second field goal, and lose the game. But I'll go with the Saints to win this game and to make it to another Super Bowl and play against Tom Brady and the Patriots. Those are my picks. What do you guys think?